news. Protest in Montreal turns into a riot. I wonder why. Yes, that's right. I'm going to go to a peaceful protest. I'm going to wear a black mask, hide my face, and I'm going to carry rocks and sticks because I'm a peaceful protester. Okay, no one's buying that bullshit. All day long I kept on hearing about what happened in Montreal yesterday. Not to sound mean, real protesters don't wear black masks, don't hide their face, and don't go to protest carrying rocks. But that said, I'm also really pissed off at all these stupid idiots out there who are basically writing, oh, the police are fascist, this, police are fascist, that. You guys are a bunch of, pardon my language, effing hypocrites. You guys will be changing your tune, well, I'll put it this way, as soon as you need help. And the worst thing is, these same police officers that you are calling fascist, that you are calling pigs, guess what? 2 days from now, if you're in a car crash, they're going to be the ones pulling you out of that car crash. That's what they do. And as for your protest, do you really think throwing rocks, smashing windows, really says much for what you're trying to get across? It doesn't. Yes, I understand you guys want to change the world and all this other stuff. We all do. But reality sets in, folks, okay? I went to school, I paid tuition, I worked. That's life. But what really got me worse was when I was reading the Montreal Gazette, a very good paper, by the way, the only English paper in Quebec. I was reading the articles. Wonderful articles, actually, about the riots and the protests. But what really got me pissed off, and you know who I'm talking to? Barb, the /smartass, was how naive some of you people are out there to go in this big, oh, there's conspiracies, the cops have their own guys throwing rocks, see the footage. Okay? Are you really so obsessed with your disillusional beliefs that big corporations have all these conspiracies? That you live in the dark? Okay, yes, there are conspiracies out there. We know of them. There are some. But to start seeing conspiracies at every turn, wearing a black mask and thinking conspiracies are everywhere, that's paranoid. Schizophrenia, maybe. But keeping that in mind, you guys are saying, oh, the big corporations are ruining everything. That we have to stop these governments, the cops are corrupt and all this other wonderful fun stuff. Okay, yes, corporations run the world. What a shock. But if you honestly think marching down the street, screaming is going to change anything, all it does is change other people's minds that you guys are crazy wasting the time and our tax dollars. And if you think tuition fees should be free, I got news for you. They have to make money. It's called balance. You know, they can give you such a break. They have to make some money. That's the way life works. And if you really want to change things, it takes a couple things. Hard to believe. It takes time. It takes intelligence. It takes money. Yes, it takes money to change the world. Sorry, that's the reality of life. But what also got me going was how this person was so adamant that, corporations are ruining the world and we should fight against big corporations. Okay, you don't like corporations? Then, question for you, where are you getting your clothes from? Where are you getting your food from? So unless you are growing your own food, making your own clothes, not buying anyone's music, because you know the music industry is a big corporation in itself, and not living anywhere on the grid, you are taking part in big corporations and you're encouraging them with your purchases and everything else. So don't be a hypocrite. Realize that the world is not perfect. I know it's not. That's why I'm doing these videos. But really, throwing rocks, calling the pigs fascists, and trying to blame the entire world and everybody else, your cause doesn't get very far, does it? Occupy! But let's smoke pot and get people hurt. That didn't work very well. And I was actually one of those people who really says, hey, you know what? It's nice to see something happening. Then you guys went and ruined it. And I know you're thinking, well, I'm a real protester. Okay, for the people out there who are real protesters, there are a few out there, and I can respect you guys for it. I protested in my day. Heck, I remember it was a protest when I was in high school. They used to chain the doors closed. We protested. Nonviolent. No masks. We got smart. We called the fire department. We won. Brains over brawn. Okay? But as for your real protesters out there, okay, fine, you might want to have the right to protest. That's great. Go for it. But you ever think about it for a second? If some guy shows up wearing a black mask, carrying rocks. Do you really think he's there to help your protest? No, that's right. So if you guys really want to have peaceful protest and not try to go, oh, look, the cops are pigs, watch my YouTube video. You know who I'm talking about. Then as soon as you see these people showing up, just go, hey, we don't want you in our protest. Leave. Because, really, you wouldn't want me showing up in a protest with a sword, would you? It's the same kind of concept and logic, folks. The world is not a place for kids. No, it's not. We know that. There are conspiracies. Heck, there are conspiracies that aren't even really conspiracies. Like, I'll give you an example. All those wonderful people out there who want to legalize pot don't even realize that it's the tobacco industry, big corporation, that is actually behind legalizing pot. But you're saying, oh no, people who smoke weed, they wouldn't want that. Who do you think would grow the pot? Who do you think would sell it and make money? Not the small guy around the corner you buy your weed from now. No, it'll be the corporations. And as for your little guy around the corner selling pot, he'll be shut down faster than you can realize. And the governments that you hate so much will tax it to death. So yeah, sure, fine. You guys want them to legalize pot? Go ahead. I'll be laughing. Because guess what? It'll be a big corporation. But as for the other conspiracies you guys like to come up with, wow, some are just so far-fetched. It's almost like believing that George W. Bush was a reptile alien. Look it up. That was it for In the News. See you for the next clip.